Do you trust your gut, your instincts, your intuition? Are you wondering when you should and when you shouldn't? And are you getting lots of mixed messages around your intuition? It's pretty simple and quite powerful, actually. Today, I want to talk about when to trust your intuition and when not to. You might call this a lot of things. We maybe talk about our gut or our intuition or our instincts. One of my favorite movies is the movie High Fidelity, and there's a clip from that movie where the main character says, I've been trying to trust my gut, but over the years, I've come to the conclusion that my guts have crap for brains. Uses other terms, which is literally true, but also, our intuition, our gut, our instincts can be terribly off and lead us astray. They can also be insightful and brilliant and call us to our best selves. So, here's the simple answer, and then we'll unpack it a little bit more. When you have lots of information, context, and knowledge, trust your intuition. When you don't have lots of knowledge, information, and context, don't trust your intuition. Let's explore each of these a little bit further and share some examples. So when you have lots of information, knowledge, and context, it's a really good time to trust that gut, instincts, or intuition. Because when you have lots of knowledge, information, and context, probably, not always, but you're most likely tapping into your brain's level of processing below your level of consciousness. Our brains are doing so many things, consuming so many sensory bits of information that we can't be aware of it all consciously. It's processing memories, emotions, thoughts, experiences, and what we're seeing. And so when you have a lot of information, you can trust that that's your brain's level of processing and maybe making connections that you don't know of. Michael Shadlin is an MD and PhD at Columbia University's Mind Brain Behavior Institute. And he's done research on this, and he says the vast majority of thoughts circling in our brains happen below the radar of conscious awareness, meaning that even though our brain is processing them, we are not aware. So, when we have lots of information and context, trust your intuition. When you don't have lots of information, lack knowledge, and lack context, don't trust your intuition. In these circumstances, our brain is likely filling gaps in a lack of information, knowledge, and context, and filling it in with our insecurities, our fears, and our biases, our baggage, our past traumas and experiences. So where we don't have a lot of information, don't trust your gut. I'll share a couple of examples. I have a coaching client who loves real estate. He owns several properties in his local community. He is constantly looking at real estate postings and purchases in that area. And he just really has a great intuition about real estate in that community, and what is overpriced and what is underpriced. And he's almost never wrong. So he can very quickly look at a posting or visit a property and say, this is overpriced, this is underpriced, and does this quite often. Yet he doesn't really know much of anything about the stock market. And if you were to bring that same intuition to whether he should buy or sell or trade a stock, it would be really uninformed. Because when it comes to real estate, he has a lot of knowledge, information, and context, particularly in his community. When it comes to stocks, he lacks knowledge, information, and context, and making decisions based on what his gut says is probably going to reflect his fears and biases and baggage and past worries. Here's another example. You might ask a loved one you live with, how was your day? And they might say it was a really good day. And you may or may not believe them. You may say, I just don't think that's true. I don't think you had a good day. And even though you said one thing, you might think something else. And that's probably a good place to trust your intuition, because this is likely a person you've known for a long time. very well, very intimately, really understand them. You have a lot of knowledge about their tone of voice and their nonverbals. And so if they come home and say they're having a good day and your gut says they didn't, you might want to ask a follow-up question. That'd be a really great place to trust your intuition. On the other hand, if you're meeting a job candidate for the very first time and you spend 30 minutes with them and you've never had any interactions with them before, and your gut tells you that they wouldn't be a good fit, I wouldn't trust that. This is a person you don't know. You have just a little bit of information, and it's more likely that it is your biases and your fears and experiences with people like this person that you may not be aware of, that you may not be able to filter through your reason and logic and say, oh, that's right, you remind me of someone I went to college with who I was really frustrated with, and that's why I'm having this sort of unconscious intuition reaction. This is one of the most common things my coaching clients and I discuss, whether that's coaching through our Evolve Your Leadership Voice program or coaching through and between executive leadership retreats and executive leadership development sessions, or it might just be someone I'm coaching one-on-one. Each week, I share insights like this related to leadership, learning, and equity in my weekly newsletter. It's totally free. There's no sales, no pitches, and no nonsense. You can sign up at the link below in the description, or you can hit this QR code, which is maybe right about here. You can go ahead and do that. I love being helpful. If you think I can help you or your organization, let's connect. You can easily find me at keithedwards.com or at the links below. Together, let's empower better tomorrows for us all.